Hello, my beautiful loved ones. My name is Ajua with Beyond Infinite Alchemy. And if you are seeing this video right now, that means this right here is for you. Okay? So let's jump right into it. And I love y'all so very much. But if you do not tune in to the small details, you will not attain the bigger picture. Okay? Let me say this again. If you do not tune into the small details, you will not attain the bigger picture. Excuse me. And this is so important, right? How many of you know people with phenomenal ideas? But that's all they are is ideas, right? That's all they are. And the reason is because if you do not tune into the finite, you won't understand the infinite, right? The abundance behind it. And within tuning into the finite, it creates the abundance. Why? Because the small little structures, just like the atoms and cells in our body, creates the body, right? But it starts with an atom. If you do not have the atoms and then the nucleus, and then the other molecular pieces to the structure, the body will not be formed, right? Even in the womb. One of the first things you see is the heartbeat, right? The senses of life. So I say that to say this. This is the reason why it's so important. Get it done. I don't care what it is. Love it. Even if you don't love it, say affirmations to make you love it. Right? Because that's what's important. If we talking about business, if we talking about spiritual motivation, if we talking about having an abundant life, right? I had to learn how to become disciplined. I couldn't stand making my bed every day. Now every single day, one of the first things I do when I wake up is make my bed. Right? Why? Because I wanted to have a level of discipline and structure. Right? I used to never wake up at 4 a.m. Every once in a while, I still struggle to do it sometimes. Right? But I may wake up at 5. Right? Why? What's one of the first things they teach you when you're in the army? You gotta wake up early, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, right? You gotta make your bed a certain way, right? You gotta run a mile. You gotta work out. But then let's talk about it. What do the most wealthy people in the world do? Wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, make their beds, right? Work out, right? These systems and these small, intricate details are put in place to make the greater picture. So you have to tune in to the small details, right? And this is how I learned it. I learned it through quantum lessons, right? And then I learned it from quantum details. And then I had to learn quantum leaps, right? Let me tell you why. My quantum lessons means learning lessons that people usually go through over a long period of time and a very short period of time. And I'm telling you, it was hell. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? I was learning things that people would learn in 10 years in 2 months, right? It was rough. It was not the best experience, right? But those quantum lessons made me understand what quantum details were. Pay attention to a person. Pay attention to how they move. Pay attention to how they speak. Pay attention to how you speak, right? These little fine, intricate details. Oh, who's around you? Who are you associated with? How is who you're associated with change your life and impact your life? How can you change your associations? Right? Simple things like that, right? Do unto others that you want done to you. Wish beautiful energy on every person you come across. Right? Little things that you put in place. Why? Because the energy of what you put in place expands. Right? So you went from a quantum lesson to quantum details. right? You start putting all these things in place. You start rearranging these small little, critiquing these small little parts. These small, small, small little parts. And then you begin to take the quantum leaps, right? You begin to quantum leap. Now all of a sudden you like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know. I wanted this and it came so quickly, right? I go through that. I can dream something and it comes the very next day. I can experience something and say I want it and it pops in my lap within the next 5 minutes. Oh, listen, I got this for you, Ajua. Here you go. Oh, really? I just asked for that 5 minutes ago, right? So we have to get into the habit of understanding, right? These quantum details, these small, intricate details that put your life together, right? Last night, I talked about words of encouragement, right? And as you know, everything I do is not only for me, it is also for you. And we consistently have to tell ourselves words of encouragement. So when we tell others words of encouragement, they are simple reminders for us. This is a part of the small detailing to give to someone else so you can receive, right? Everything I do, there is a purpose, right? It's called being intentional. To have the insight to understand that detailing is important, right? Because I need, want, and desire my dreams to be accomplished. Within doing so, my big, huge idea can't stay at an idea. It has to materialize. Okay? This is why I do finances. This is why I do spiritual enlightenment. This is why I work out, right? My dream is so big. If I do not do the small details, it will continue to remain a dream. So all I'm going to tell you is pay attention and do and get it done. The small details matter. The guarantee to your success. Do and get the small details done. This right here, again, this is for you. I love you. Peace, love, and infinite divine abundance unto you. My name is Ajua with Beyond Infinite Alchemy. Peace.